Whether you're a total Squarespace beginner, or you're debating whether the platform is right for your project, or maybe you're just stuck on a small problem, I've got you covered. In this video, I'm going to go over some of the most frequently asked Squarespace questions, whether that's how to change your template, how to publish your site, or uncovering some somewhat hidden features like CSS. Plus, I'm going to share how you can get my exclusive Squarespace discount code so you can save when you're ready to go live with your site. So if you're ready, I'm just going to go ahead and dive right in. The first question I want to tackle is how to change your Squarespace template. Now, good news and bad news here is that if you are on the new Squarespace platform, which is Squarespace 7.1, if you've started a new site since I think 2020, you're probably on 7.1, you can't change your template, okay? Once you pick a template, if you pick a template, you can't change it. The reason why is because templates on Squarespace used to be based on the features that were included. But with this new editor, every feature is available to everyone. There's not template-specific features, so you can't switch back and forth between them. What you can do, though, I will show you, is if you end up with a template that maybe you don't like and you don't want to start all the way over, or if you do like me and maybe you started with a blank template, if you come into your page editor and click Add Section, you can see here there are many section templates to choose from. So you don't have to start from scratch. You can essentially build your page using section templates. You can see here I can scroll through just these intro designs. If I come to contact, there will be a whole bunch of other different designs that are based around a contact page, about people, like if you have a team, you get the point. So you're not stuck. You can build your pages with templated sections, which I honestly think is better than a whole website template, because then you can build your pages based on what you need your pages to be, rather than just a random template that Squarespace has created to show you their features. So if you're on this video because you're trying to change your template, I'm sorry, you can't do that, but here is a little workaround for you to continue working on your site regardless. Okay, so I mentioned what version, like I mentioned Squarespace 7.1. If you are trying to figure out what version you're on, once you are here under website and pages, if you scroll down to the bottom of your pages, yes, I know I have a lot, you can see right here in the tiny print it says version 7.1. That's how you can check which version of Squarespace you are using. Again, 7.1 is the one that you can't change templates on. If somehow you are on a 7.0 site, you can change templates, but honestly, I'd recommend not using that anymore because it is not a supported version of Squarespace. The next question I want to answer, and we're going to be right here at the answer, is where is Squarespace CSS? So there used to be a design tab. You could get to design and then CSS. Everything keeps moving around. Right now, at least, under pages again and under website tools, you can find custom CSS right here. Again, I have some already loaded into my website. You don't have to use CSS at all to build a Squarespace website. That's one of the beautiful things about using Squarespace, is that you can do it without code. But if you would like to use code, this is where it lives and this is where you add it in. If you want to just add some code just for fun to say you did it, feel free to copy this little section right here. I put this into every website that I do, and this basically tells the website if there is a line of text and it runs out of room, please don't hyphenate my words. Just drop the line to the next word, or drop the word to the next line is what I meant to say. And up here this says header 1 for header 2, header 3. I need to add header 4 and all the paragraph fonts. Don't hyphenate my text, please. That's what that says. Feel free to use it if you want. I'm going to hit save, back to website tools. Next question that people ask a lot is, will Squarespace design my website or build my website? The answer to that is no. Squarespace is just the platform itself, but Squarespace does have a marketplace of designers. Hi, hello, I am one of them. And you can search for designers that are Squarespace specific by going to squarespace.com/designer. And you can browse through everybody there. Honestly, I'm on the marketplace, but I don't use it. If you're watching this video and you need a designer, hi, I think you've already found one. So I'd love to work with you if you are interested in hiring a Squarespace designer. That is what I do. If you don't want to work with a designer but still want maybe some of the perks that you might get if you would work with me, the next question is, do you have a Squarespace coupon code? And the answer is yes. And I share it with anyone who is interested. Squarespace won't let me just say the discount code out loud. So you do have to sign up on my website. Give me your name, your email, and I'll email you the code immediately. And you can get 20% off. Unsubscribe from my list if you want, I don't care. But I will send you 20% off for your Squarespace when you upgrade and go live. You should know that this is a one-time discount. So if you choose the annual plan, you'll get 20% off the year, which is going to be a much greater savings than if you do the monthly plan and get 20% off your first month. That'll just be dollars compared to, I don't know, you probably get like $20, $30, $40 off if you did a year, the annual plan. The next question is, can I use Squarespace without hosting? This question is kind of confusing to me. It doesn't make sense because Squarespace is hosting. When you pay for Squarespace, you're paying for website hosting. So the answer to that is no, but that's a question I see a lot, so I wanted to address it. When you're paying for Squarespace, you're paying for website hosting, which, if I could put it as simply as possible, hosting is the space online where your website lives, and you have to have that for a website to be live. If you don't pay for Squarespace, it will be password protected and people will need a password to get into your website. So obviously that's not ideal if you want to go live with your website. Next question is related. Can Squarespace host my domain? The answer to that is yes. If we come down here to this little settings gear on the left sidebar on the bottom, and then to domains and email and into domains, you can see I have a couple connected to this website. You can either get a domain if you don't already have one, or use one that you own. It can either move over to Squarespace or you can keep it where it is. For example, if you already have a domain name that lives at GoDaddy, you can totally keep it at GoDaddy, and what you do is just point your domain name to Squarespace. You integrate the two, connect them together, and your website will go live, Squarespace website hosting with your GoDaddy domain name. Or if you just want everything to live together, you can see my domains here are managed by Squarespace. So Squarespace hosts my domain names. You can do that as well. You can use a domain I own and then transfer it over to Squarespace. So everything all lives under the same umbrella. Either way, the website will work the same. It doesn't really matter. I always tell clients, if they're unhappy with their domain name provider, go ahead and switch it. If not, just leave it where it is. Okay, we've talked hosting, domain names. Now the next question is, how do I publish my site? There's a couple steps you need to take to publish your site. So if you are on a trial, you will likely see like this bar at the bottom of your website trial with a blue subscribe button. You can click that, or if you've X'd out, we'll come back into settings and then into billing and then into subscriptions, and you can upgrade from your free trial to a paid account here. I have a whole other video about which package and plan you should choose, which one is best for you. So if you need help deciding that, I've got another video for you. But this is where you go and upgrade your account so that you can make it live. Once you do that, there is one more step. We'll come back over here on the left sidebar to website and then site availability. Likely you will be on private or password protected. To take the privacy or password protected landing page off of your site so that people can just land on your homepage, you need to switch it over to public. Okay, next question. We're moving right along. How do I log into Squarespace? So maybe you started your website one day and then you need to get back to it and you have no idea where to go. You can either go to account, let me go to it, account.squarespace.com, and you can see any site that you might own or have admin permissions to here in this dashboard. Or if you've customized and remember your Squarespace domain, you can go to, like for example, mine is designingtheroad.squarespace.com, and then you're just going to add this little bit right here, if it'll let me highlight it, /config to the end of it, and that will prompt you to log in. If you didn't actually log out, it will bring you right to this page here with the sidebar and you will be in edit mode. If your website is already live, for example, my designingtherow.com site, I can type in designingtherow.com/config and the same thing will happen. That's also, maybe this is just the website designer in me. If I'm browsing and I come across a website and I want to know if it's Squarespace, I just add config to the end of it, and then it's not going to let me in, but it will be like, you don't have permissions to the site, and then I know it's Squarespace or not. You probably don't want to do that, but I do that often. The last question I have to answer here for you today are Square and Squarespace the same? The answer to that is no, but you can use the two together. So if you are selling something and you are selling it in person, so like if you have a store and you are selling your products or services in person, if we come over to settings and then selling and payments, if you scroll down here, you can see you can connect Square. So again, like I just said, you can connect Square to accept payments in person with cash and credit card in the US only. I'm going to click on this. I believe this little lock button here is because I don't have a commerce plan. So you will also need to have a commerce plan in order to connect Square. But no, Square and Squarespace are not the same company. They're different. They just both include Square in their name. Okay, so that's it for my top 10 most asked Squarespace questions. Thank you for watching. If you have another Squarespace question for me, drop it down below and I will do my best to answer your questions. And don't forget, if you are ready to go live with your Squarespace website, grab my discount code. It's designingtherow.com/Squarespace, or you can find it up here in my navigation under Squarespace discount or on my tech resources page right here. You can get access to that discount code. The other thing I have to offer, which is pretty exciting and a lot of people are taking me up on it recently, is an extended trial. So if you haven't even started yet and you're looking to get started, Squarespace will give you 2 weeks of a free trial before they ask you to pay and upgrade your plan. But if you click the little get discount button here, put your name and email in, I will tell you how I can get you 6 months of a free trial. So you can test out Squarespace for 6 months before you have to pay. So if that sounds like something you might be interested in, head on over to my website and I will get you hooked up so you can start testing it out and build the website of your dreams before you have to pay Squarespace for an official plan. Speaking of plans, I mentioned this earlier, but I think the next best video for you to watch is my Squarespace plans and pricing video, where I break down Squarespace's 4 different plans and help you decide which one is going to be the best fit for you and your website needs. So I'll link that here for you to watch next, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.